Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chat Room with Max, the 2025 edition. Wow. So I'm not going to take your time, but we're going to go straight into the point today. What is going on in the gospel community? What is happening in the gospel community? If we're not hearing about buy your soap or buy your oil or buy something, we are hearing about artists suing record labels or record labels suing artists or just different buzzwords coming in from the gospel industry in general. Should I call it industry or ministry? At this point, it's confusing. So today we're going to introduce ourselves based on our title in the gospel way, so that we will, work with it. I'll first of all start by introducing myself as your one and only Minister Max, gospel music minister, and so many, and so on and so forth. But with me to do justice today, obviously, you guys know. You know him already, ladies and gentlemen. Make welcome the one, the only Seb Soft, everybody.
How you guys doing, man? This is Happy New Year. Man, it's been a long time since last year, man.
Oh yeah.
You don't tell it after. You almost how many months now? How many years now? Yeah, but it's good to be back. This is Chat Room. See, how many of you can notice something in our studio? We say everybody's looking fresh. This New Year, man. Freshness, fresh studio, we do it like that.
welcome to the show, sir. Welcome. Yeah. It's the first show of the year. So we are talking about the whole Mercy Chinwo, Judy K, Eezee saga. But today we're just going to be focusing majorly on Mercy Chinwo, highlighting the flashlight on her and Eezee, so our audience can know and understand what exactly is going on, because it's been so much going on, and people have been calling, Minister Max, what's your opinion on this particular topic? And we were like, join us on Sunday. So without further ado, we're going to welcome our wonderful sister. I call her the troublemaker of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, let's make welcome the one and only Jacinta, everybody. Jacinta!
Woo! Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Mr. Max. Happy New Year, some subs. Happy New Year, all of you are watching. How are you all doing? It is good to have you back here on Chat Room, and it's going to be wonderful tonight. So just sit back, don't go away, and see what is going to be unveiled soon. Thank you for having me.
You do advert for us.
I don't see. I did notice the roundness now. You are right.
Don't talk on live for sure, man. Don't talk on live for sure.
She round.
Ladies and that's the person that said it, not me. Okay, I'm innocent. Okay, so let's not waste our time. Please, wherever you're watching from, just type it in the comment section. Okay, all we're asking for is for you to share this video and just do what we always do in the house. We've always been telling you this, and I'm sure you already know this. Don't forget to like where you're watching this from. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel you're watching this from. Do not forget to hit the notification tab so you know whenever we're on. And lastly, don't forget to share. Okay, share.
There's love in sharing. Sharing is good. Good is kind is loving. Loving and it's powerful, and this is Happy New Year, so keep sharing in the new year.
Now, wow. Okay, let's keep the show moving. Okay, we hope people will like the new studio background. If you don't like it, let us know in the comment section. Okay, so we have some comments coming in. We have on Excel. He says, "Good evening, everybody. Happy New Year." Yes.
Happy New Year
to you, our brother. He says, "I'm chatting from Nigeria." Yes. How is Nigeria doing today? How are you guys?
What part of Nigeria are you from?
Yeah, let's.
Are you chatting from?
Yeah, let's know where you're chatting from. Okay. So some soft stuff. Something happened over something has been happening for the past almost 2 years now. But I do believe that a lot of people,
it's on the boiling point now. It's boiling like hot water.
Yes, exactly. Because before it started, actually, I said something about it. I said this was gonna get bad. Like it was gonna get bad because everybody was just keeping quiet as if nothing happened. And the worst thing you want to do is to hide something and cover it and try to think that without addressing it, it will solve itself. You know. So
he
what
that covereth his sin will not prosper.
you say?
He that covereth his sin will not prosper. So that is what is happening. It was covered, and so it's not being exposed. Now it's blown out of proportion.
Okay. Me, I didn't know that it was a sin, but
That's what Bible talk. I just quote Bible. I'm just quoting the scripture. It says, he that covereth his sin will not prosper. Now scripture talker.
Not be me, right?
Not be me too.
So as we were saying before the scripture came on board, he that cover I know say this was a sin. But ladies and gentlemen, we saw this notice on the headlines of the
Court orders
newspaper.
arrest of Mercy Chinwo manager of
Yes, over alleged diversion of $345,000. That is what Eezee was being, taken to court for.
how did she come up with that figure?
That's a wonderful question. Wonderful question. I wasn't there. I guess from a rough audit that was done, it came up that way.
But you have to understand that when music is not cheap.
Jacinta is saying something. Go ahead, Jacinta.
Is it that money is allegedly at once, or it's money that's been gathering little by little that got to that particular amount?
If you ask me, now who I go ask?
That is the reason why I'm saying that. Even when you are bringing a figure like that as an artist, you have to remember also that it costs a lot of money for people to even know your name. Before they even know the first letter of your name, it costs a lot of money. So the person investing in you, it has taken him a lot of money to get you to the point where people know you. So I don't see any reason why she should be bringing something like this up, because at least she should be grateful first for the fact that this company helped her.
Okay, so I'm sorry, sir. You're already giving the summary of the show before we even start.
No, I just hit the
summary of the show.
How they look and say the thing,
I know it's painful, but there are so many people that
how
are
can you go
right
arrest
now.
your helper?
There are so many people that are watching right now that don't even know. So let's give them context. Let's give them context to the whole story.
Yeah.
And then we can now
she go arrest her helper.
Well, your helper might also
helper.
Where is her husband? It's like her husband.
She's at the think of her husband.
What did you say, Jacinta? Say that again.
Jacinta, your
husband network don't.
Yes, her husband don't affect your network.
Okay. So, like we're saying, let's give you some context to the story, right?
Okay.
Mercy Chinwo, a very wonderful vocalist, a very, very powerful vocalist, started music a long time ago. I got to listen to some of her singles. She was dropping small then before she blew. She attended, was it Project Fame, I think, or I believe, and she did great. She won something in that competition, and after the whole thing, she finished, and she didn't blow after that again. She was doing backup for Eezee Concept. She was one of Eezee Concept's backup singers. So as then they go, Eezee Concept started helping her, started managing her and things like that. And then Eezee Concept decided to start a record label. And all this is alleged, I beg, before people come and say Mr. May Stocker. And then all of a sudden, he came up with a contract. They signed the contract. Mercy Chinwo signed the contract. And then, the contract stated the stipulations were, 50% of everything that they get. He will do his job as a record label. Mercy Chinwo will also do her job as an artist. So they continued working together. They worked together from 2017 to about 2019 when they moved when they eventually moved to Lagos because they don't blow, So it kept going and going and going until Mercy Chinwo finally realized that she wasn't getting everything she was getting. And a lot of you might have listened to this song by Mercy Chinwo, Confidence. My confidence is in you. I put my trust in that song. If you watch the video of that song, you will see the story of the narration of how she signed a contract and it was swiped. So the contract that she allegedly signed first said Mercy Chinwo was in charge of her catalog and royalties, right? But when they swiped it, it now said Eezee Concept. Not in the video, but now Eezee Concept is now, or the record label is now in charge of the catalogs and the royalties, pretty much making the creativity portion of it theirs. So Mercy Chinwo started having problem with the record label. She approached Eezee T. Eezee T decided to say, okay, allegedly, okay, you know what? Since this is the case, why don't you begin to get bookings for yourself? Because it's as if from what Mercy Chinwo wrote, we're going to go in depth into what she wrote. She wrote that she approached him, they started having bad blood, and then he started trying to sabotage her bookings. So when they book her, he will say she's not well or something, and there was one that he said she has a terminal illness, So all those things kept happening until Mercy Chinwo now went legal on them. So I'll pause on the narration for now based on the legal side so we can see some facts and then we'll join in and talk from there. If you're watching, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like where you're watching this from, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share, okay? Now, my question to everybody right now, watching right now is, should gospel artists sue their record labels for money? Meaning, should gospel artists focus on money, or should they focus on God? Hallelujah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with you focusing on your money, because without money, you cannot do a lot of things. Without money, you cannot pay your bills. So they have to also look at their money, because it's very important. You focus, read, the contract to make sure that, it suits you. But, when you are coming into a record label for the first time, usually as a new artist, you're excited about the record label, and then you don't have time to read. That's why it's good for people to read it, or get a lawyer to go through it and see if it is something that you want to do. Because after you finish signing it, it is your bond, it is your seal. So if you made a mistake already, unfortunately, you have signed it, because signing a contract is like, I agree. So now tomorrow you come and say, oh, I don't agree. That means you lied to me by signing the contract. So I didn't know that was in the contract before. Well, that's the reason why before you start, you have to do your own work by getting somebody that knows or understand how to read a contract, especially music contract. It's very complex. So I always advise upcoming artists, make sure you get the right person, which is a professional like a lawyer, to go through it, and they will explain it to you. Then if you agree or you want some amendment done, it is at that point you can make such amendments. Not after you have blown already. You were hungry at first. You were excited. Now you don't blow. The man has gone through a lot of, taking a lot of stuff, because when they are cleaning somebody up, it takes a lot of sacrifice to clean somebody up that is not known. But immediately everybody now know you. I know, I'm sure like church people now will start to involve themselves. They don't understand contract. They don't understand what she already signed in the past. So they'll be judging the record label. But you have to look at the you have to also look at the side of the record label. They have bills to pay. Like he was, I think when I watched his own side of the complaint after it was released, I think he was talking about how they are in some kind of debt.
We will show them.
Yeah.
We will show them. Yeah. We'll show them. Thank you very much, sir. So, Jacinta, before I ask you for your opinion on this particular matter, let's just read this comment by a pastor friend of mine. And he says, "He that ministers at the altar shall be a partaker of the blessings of the altar." It's one thing to bless the body of Christ, but it's another thing to also be blessed by your ministerial output. Sue them. That's what he said. He says sue them.
No, okay. he doesn't understand when he says sue. Sue.
The record label.
For what?
Wait, I'm coming. Rebel says, "Happy New Year, family." Adora Mopala says, hi, she says, "Good evening from Nigeria. There are three sides to this story, from both of them and the truth." Yes. There's always three sides to every story.
Yep.
There's your side, my side, and the truth. But that's why we're here. We're here to dig it.
We're digging it inside, the truth.
Yes. The truth shall set you
free. Shall be revealed.
Sometimes. So, all the time, my friend, Pastor Jillian says, "God bless you, men of God, men and women of God." Yes.
Hey, Jillian, welcome to chat room.
Yeah. The flagship says, "Please review this video." I don't know the video you're talking about, but we have everything we need to play. Adora says, "The Bible says, one, money answereth all things. 2, money is a defense. However, the love of money is the root of all evil." Sam Sosa, making sense.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. The flagship says, "Good evening, guys. It's a gift of God. So, is the gift of God supposed to be used for business transactions?" I love this question, actually. I love this question. So, Sam, let's have Jacinta answer that question, and then we'll go from there. Before we continue, Frank, welcome, Frank. He says, "Focus is the problem. Lack of business contract knowledge on the part of gospel ministers and lack of integrity on the part of record labels is the problem." Okay, nice. Well put. We'll go back to that soon. Jacinta, can you please answer this question? The flagship says, "Is the gift of God supposed to be used for business transactions?" Let's hear from you.
Now, flagship, this question you asked, the gift of God is not using for business transaction, but it is using for the purpose of the kingdom. And then after using for the purpose of the kingdom, he who has this gift in her has other things to do, bills to pay. So if at the end of the day, the world has gone to know her and then she's going everywhere, definitely, whether you like it or not, money will get involved.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. My Bible tells me that your gifts will make way for you. Your gifts will make way for you. If you are blessed, you're gifted, it should make way for you, right? You can be gifted in different ways, different angles. You can be gifted in the gift of music, the gift of preaching, different gift, the gift of even going to work, but this particular gift we're talking about is music.
Yep.
You understand? And there's nothing wrong with people making money from it because people spend money. I will tell you our journey as independent artists. You understand? It's not easy. It's not easy because fact is this, right? Just one song alone,
you know what it cost?
Audio alone, we are talking close to 2,000 plus. Audio alone. Come and join in with video.
Money is over.
I'm talking of dollars. So convert it in your currency.
Do your conversion.
Jump to video, good quality video. We're talking $5,000 to $7,000 to $10,000.
You have not started promotion yet.
You have not started promotion, no. Now we are nearing 10K, Abi, $10,000. Then so you now hit promotion.
All of those things, if there is no money in it, there has to be money, whether you like it or not. Money must get involved. If by anyhow,
it takes money to make the music itself.
It takes money to build the kingdom.
It takes money to build the kingdom. It takes money to build the church. It takes money to even get out of your house. It takes money to get to the studio.
Thank you.
Now, it takes money to buy them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't have mics, you can't sing out there for everybody to hear your voice. So it takes money to get these mics. It takes money to get the recording. It takes money to do everything. So money will be in it. And money is not the evil when it comes to music or whatever you are doing. And another thing I want to say concerning this thing, in all we do, there is orderliness.
I mean, in the talk, we should just hijack on the talk. Continue.
There should be orderliness in all that we are doing.
There should be what?
Even there is orderliness. So I think that the reason why Eezee and Mercy is going back and front is that there is something that they lack. I believe in the
Jessica, do you know what can also that actually puts them in order is the contract.
Thank you.
If you don't read, that's like I said initially from the beginning. If you don't read the contract, and I'm sure she was very excited. Let's just listen. She was Jessica, listen.
Contract. She didn't read it.
I don't think she can hear us. Jessica, we cannot hear you, but I'm trying to explain to you something.
Jessica can hear you. I'm telling you, she's just pretending. Okay.
Listen, when you don't read, you are talking about order. And I'm telling you, for you to have order, you have to learn to read the contract.
Yes.
So the contract is what keeps you. Are you listening? That's why you always go and sign wrong contract. People like you will go and sign wrong contract.
Because you are not allowing me to learn, sir.
Because you're not listening.
Wait, hold on. Jessica, was it not me that was talking before you hijack it from me and did not let me land? Somebody's hijacking from you. See, this is what we're talking about with contract.
You see, that's it.
They are not even following our contract.
Somebody like that will just she will not even read it.
Yeah,
I will not sign any contract if it is not even up to my terms. It has to be with my terms. I will not sign. I read over and over. I share people to read and give me an info. That's how I do.
Okay. Jacinta, Samson, please go ahead. Please save us. Go ahead, Samson.
When you do not sign a contract, then there is no orderliness anymore. Like you were saying, you have to be order. The order, what puts the two parties together in an order, is a contract. Yeah. So, and then that's why you have to read the contract. If you don't understand the contract, that's why you get a professional to explain a contract to you. Mm-hmm. So the professional will not tell you, hey, this is it. If your song that you release, the one you wrote, the manager is the recording label has 50%, and then you have 20%, or you have 50 or 50-50. Yeah. They are the ones that will break it down.
I agree. So, Samson, sir, you see, this particular contract between Mercy Chinwo and Eezee, right? This contract where it's stipulated that it's 50-50 percentage. To me, I think that's the best contract I've ever seen.
I'm telling you, when you say 50, I'm shocked.
From a record,
I was shocked.
An artist, yeah. Me, when I saw 50-50, I was shocked. I was shocking.
I couldn't believe it. 50-50?
Yes, that was more than that was more than fair because, okay, let me give you this brief story. There was this guy that I met to promote one of my songs, and he had previously done a promotion for Eezee, and he was telling me about the story of Eezee. This was even before Mercy Chinwo or anything started. This was back in 2019, and he was telling me about how gospel music ministers lose focus on promotion and instead put all their money in videos and audios, and then they come out and they don't promote. Hence the reason why only their dog, their cat, their father and their mother and their sisters and their brother will watch the video, nobody else.
Yeah,
you know. So he went further to tell me the story of Eezee, how Eezee hustled and sold some of his properties to promote and push Mercy Chinwo out there. This wasn't Eezee that said it. This was somebody that worked with Eezee, how he hustled to push Mercy Chinwo out there. Now, that contract to me was nice. It was good, right? But before we continue, let's take some comments. I'll introduce another guest. We'll watch a video and then we'll continue to go from there. Okay, so let's go from here. Don Davis in the house. It says Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, brother.
Yes. Honor Excel says a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men and can't come before great men and leave
Empty pocket.
pockets. The flagship says, the apostles and disciples did not use the gift from their money needs. They used their own talent and skills to make money while they preach the gospel. How about that? So let's take this again. Let me understand this one very well. The flagship, where are you watching from? Says the apostles and disciples did not use the gift from their pocket, from their money needs. I don't get it.
They use
their own talent and skills
to make money,
while they preach the gospel.
How about that?
I don't get your question.
Yeah. What he's trying to say is the disciples, they didn't preach, they didn't ask for money. They only went out to go and preach. That's the gift and the talent God was giving to them, has given to them. So they use it for the people of the world. Now he's asking the question and their skills to make money while they preach. So it means they already have what they were doing. So the gift and the talent of God was just a plus to them. It means they have a job where they earn, and then they use the gift of God for the purpose of God's kingdom. I think that is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, so that is not the business for them. For the disciples, it's not a business for them because they have their own job, yeah. But for the musician, the gospel artist is a business. Mm-hmm. Apart from the fact that it's a ministry, is his job. Like a job, you go to leave your house in the morning, you go to work, and you come back home, you expect to be paid.
Yeah. The flagship, please, can you go and catch? Jacinta, please hold on, Jacinta. Please hold on. The flagship, can you please go and get net and canoe and start catching fish these days and tell me if you'll be successful in life. If you want to use things of the old to justify things of now, then you are misled, because clearly things have changed very, very well. Somebody will tell me now that the Bible does not change. Yes, the Bible does not change, but the narrative, what we're going through in the world today, has changed. If the Bible have not changed, it was there microphone in the Bible? Was there CDs? Was there any musical instrument speakers that we have now that we are using? Were the people that were singing in the Bible then, that were singing, which record label did they have managing them? The people that were singing then, did they record it? Did they spend money to put all these things recorded, video, audio? Please, if they did, share that part of the scripture with me, and then we can continue with this argument. Frank Ozed says, making music is cost effective. Respecting contract is very, very important.
Thank you. Very good.
Yeah, the flagship said, Jacinta, I love you. Thank you for clearing it up. Yes, and please, I'm still waiting for that part of the scripture, my brother. Okay, so while we wait for more comments and we wait for the flagship to come with that part of the scripture, let's introduce to you the one and only.
I'm busy. I want to talk. I don't want nobody's voice here. Sorry.
Yes.
Chi Gospel in the building.
This is Chi Gospel, a gospel music minister, very esteemed. She's battling with her children right now.
I know. Chi Gospel, your children need to write contracts to be always make sure that
at this point it looks like that's the level we are going now.
Yes, they have to sign. They all have to sign contract.
Yeah.
You know, so the funniest part, the life alone is about contract. Do you know that? Written or unwritten, even between husband and wife, there's contracts.
Of course.
There's a friend of mine, you know what she did? She went and wrote something for his son. Say, you will clean your bedroom, you will respect your grandmother, you will respect your mother. And the end of it, at the back, it was like 2 sheets. And then at the back, it says, mother sign, son sign.
Yeah. Well,
God.
In life, right? Everything is about contract in life. That's the truth. So I want us to watch this video very well, because this whole thing continued to the point that Eezee was detained by the EFCC for some days. And
it's unfortunate.
It's very, very unfortunate. He was detained by the EFCC for some days. Allegedly, he said it took over 200 and something thousand US dollars from him. And then, now he had to go clear his name. and all that. So let's watch a video real quick.
Okay.
With all these things happening, and then we'll come back and talk more on this. So first of all, let's get this video from a conference Eezee was talking at.
It's been my desire to protect Christian creatives. Unfortunately, the ones you laid your life for said your blood stained their white shirts. But then everybody won't be crazy. There'll be one or two. And even if all we did is do this for the love of this to set apart, there's a track record. Every success you see of Eezee Global is a result of pain, scar. We carried it and we're going. Part of the motivation was so that there will be hope for the ones coming. Just like you are now, they don't know you. Somebody now comes to take a risk on you and becomes the investor who hates you. Them that love you better, why are they not spending the money? How can the only person at risk is the investor? Even you as the artist, you're not at risk because it's your talent. You can always sing. The only person who is losing something in the ecosystem is the investor. And they say it's the person that is your problem. Are you not aware that if I don't take good care of you and you don't do well, I won't get my returns? It is an agenda to destroy the financial growth that should happen within our ecosystem. And if you affect the system, it will affect every other person that finds expression, from graphic designer to musician to A&R to manager, because the way it works, when you invest the money into developing the artist, every other cameraman will go hold camera if you don't put money to shoot video for the artist. So other creatives begin to find expression. It will kill that ecosystem and you won't thrive. In fact, I run away from people when I realize that they have known me and they're using it against me, so I stay away from you. Just because the system wants to discredit a man. They want to discredit something is working. The only thing I'm gaining within this is that there's continuity of this knowledge. Let's know what and who our true enemies are. There has to be continuity. Contracts are not issues when you're dealing with those international guys. They follow the contract. But why is it wrong with us? Anybody where they don't document native, anybody where they like document native.
I agree with that.
You see that?
To 100%. Anybody with a Dodge document.
Yes.
Because clearly it shows you have an
hidden agenda.
Okay, you have an ulterior motive. Now with this whole, let's piggyback this back to what we're talking about. Mercy Chinwo Eezee concept. Do you guys think, because according to Mercy Chinwo, she signed a contract first, and then that contract was rewritten and then fixed into a new one was done and fixed into the old contract to make it look like it was, the old contract.
So you mean that the old contract was altered?
It was altered. Yes, that's allegedly.
That's
what she's saying. Or that's
because if that is the case, if it was altered, don't you have a copy of the previous one?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, that's our own problem.
She doesn't.
Then that is our own problem.
Okay.
She's supposed to have when you are signing the contract, you keep your own part of the contract. And as a matter of fact, you have a spare contract with your lawyer. Then you have your own for yourself.
Okay, so the way this whole thing is, right? I think a lot of people, we need to bring in awareness into.
They have to be educated on this thing.
Yeah, into contract signing, right? You don't just get a contract because of excitement, just sign and say, yes, I don't hammer. Because clearly when you were chopping the money, let me not go deep. I'm trying to be neutral here.
Go deep.
Thank you. I'll stay shallow. So let's take this. Let's read this. Let's take this second video, and then we'll hear from Chi Gospel what her thoughts are about this whole thing, because Chi Gospel has been very, very vocal when it comes to this kind of matters. So let's go.
My name is Dr. Eezee, music executive, Eezee Concepts Global, Eezee Global Ministry. We're here at the court. There have been
So let me apologize for the video being really fast. I just want us to breeze through it real quick.
Because of the time.
Yes, because of time.
Plotted an orchestrated evil agenda to sell the wrong impression to the public that we're running, and we'll keep wondering why we should be running. This is our country. No notice was given to me. We didn't know anything about the notice. And I've been appearing. I was at the EFCC on the 10th of December precisely, and I waited for about 4 hours, and nobody attended to me. We're here in Nigeria. If a fundamental human rights action had been filed against my right that was breached, because I was detained for about 9 days in Ilorin, April last year, and I needed to find out why should I be breached, why should I be detained. There was no court order for why my accounts were frozen, the company accounts as well. My company business was rendered completely put on the pause, and we wanted to find out why should this happen. This transaction is all predicated on the premise of a contract. There's a contractual relationship, for goodness sake, and this contractual relationship, prepared by a certified lawyer, Udo Odoma, who's our copyright lawyer. There was a breach on this contract where the said artist, who is supposed to be a gospel artist, who is supposed to have integrity, who is supposed to sing Jesus and mean Jesus, who is supposed to keep to our words and terms of agreement, breached the contract, boycotted monies for events into our personal accounts, where it was using the same content that belongs to us, earns those monies personally without any form of remittance, We were remitting royalty until we sent a mail officially and said we will no longer, send a mail to you any more royalties until there's a proper mutual financial reconciliation. We need to have a meeting, and this will be done on the premise of an unbiased audit, without any form of religious influence of one of your fathers or your mothers who have your interest and want to twist us to do what is not wrong. This is about justice. No, when we say this, is it about money? No, this is not just about money. It's about truth. It's about sincerity. It's about integrity. It's about saying yes and you keep to yes. This is a 50-50 transaction where we have not even recouped capital. By that, I mean we're sharing 50-50 on gross, not on net, and that's a fair contract for goodness sake. But when I got to EFCC, I was told not to write my truth. I was told there's nothing about contract. All they just deal with is figures, and I should just write the money that I'm owing. And I said we can't talk about money without talking about what gave birth to money. The money came as a result of the contract. This contract money was invested into the artist, and it generated this amount of money. And if there was money that was supposed to come to us and it wasn't coming, and we communicated, you cannot communicate and divert. You can't divert what you have communicated. And there's a mail to that effect. So how is this diversion? That's the question. The money went into the right channel. By right channels, I mean the accounts that are known to the artist. There was no mail, regarding diversion of money. There was no resentment whatsoever with respect to how finances were going up until when this contract was breached, and we have every evidence to bear this. How then is this a criminal offense? This is a purported plan by a cartel of evil people who have the face and the mask of Christianity to destroy the system, to give an impression. I'm talking about someone who has earned over $1,500,000 from the same contract. How do you discredit what you have benefited from? The over $600,000 we're talking about is just for streams, not even for events. We have series of meetings where you went for, you didn't tell people you were going, you hid it because you didn't want us to know. That's not transparency, for goodness sake. There is no way on the surface of the earth that you hear a label taking 50 and giving the artist 50. And I mean, we paid rent for 5 years, you didn't pay a dime, you don't have a receipt. We gave you cars for all the period. We expended 100% expenditure on your career. This is unfair. This is not the right thing to do. We didn't go to court. We went to court because I wanted to ask that my fundamental rights. And why? Because every time I made efforts to see how we can sit down to resolve, the clergy refused. They said my attempt to want to have a peaceful resolution meant weakness, and I would not be bold enough to, if I don't have anything else, I have my truth, I have my voice, and the world will hear. This is us at the court here at Federal High Court. I was told that I ran away and I'm here. This is Dr. Eezee. We had also said the right thing to do is to go through an arbitration. When the audit collapsed because of the bias by the people who are supposed to handle it right, we now said, okay, let's explore what the contract provides, which is arbitration through the multi-law court, where this platform brings an independent auditor, either from ICANN, that is neutral and not affiliated to any of the parties, to look into the books. I would publish all our books to the world to see, and let her publish ours as well. Let there be transparency to the world, since we cannot settle it privately. What I will not take is to be arm twist. I would not be bullied. I would not be intimidated. No, I would not. It won't happen. Nobody has exclusivity or monopoly of madness. The law is the law, and it's clear. Regarding catalog, I've been threatened that if they will put charges on me, they will put charges on me using the clicks and the connection that they have, and I won't have an option. And I won't have an option but to relinquish the catalog. I must go to jail. But all sorts of manner of threats, and this is coming from Christians, people who call the name of the Lord. We are here at the court, and we have filed for a motion for the.
Okay, let's stop right here.
Do you know something? Can I just jump in? Do you know that? Unfortunately, I'm an artist. Do you know that we are the most difficult people to deal with, to handle? Artists, we are very stubborn. Because we sometimes we forget the expenses that goes along. When you are hungry at first, you forget the sacrifice that other person has put in to get you to the level. Immediately now you got to that level, you forget all the other things they have done for you. But that's why I said, and these people are Christians, if you have been taught. So that greed, where did the greed come from? Even if you have been cheated as a Christian, when they teach you in the Bible, what did the Bible say about that?
You leave your money and let it go.
But in a case like this, it says 50-50. 50-50 is not a cheat at all. As a matter of fact, it's a fair deal. And then for the fact that she's keeping, she goes to shows without notifying the company, that is, what do you call that?
Stealing.
Dishonest and stealing from the company.
Like witchcraft.
That is not correct. So that's why, but the person is very quick to just jump.
But I'm sorry. Let me jump on the other side of this.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I, as the artist, feel that I'm being cheated by my record label, I will try to rectify it as soon as I can. It's just unfortunate that this went the way it went. I was expecting that it wasn't going to go this deep or this far. I was thinking, some major pastors or men of God out there would come in between and sit and, dialogue with these parties, especially
and address it.
If we go into the Bible, you will notice that, yes, these are things that the clergy, you will do, solve after all, the Bible says, if you and your brother are quarreling, what should you do? You should drop your whatever you're coming to give, your offering. Drop it first and
settle it first.
If you cannot settle, you go to the clergy. You go to the clergy and try to get it settled.
If it doesn't work,
EFCC is carrying police is arresting, court is making this thing.
Even if you read if you listen further to those his statements, he mentioned something. He said he was threatened by those people to pay some money to her. So he transferred money while he was in the custody.
Yes, but still, I'm sorry, I will say this. Is it TSF? Your hand no clean. Your hand is not clean. I'm sorry, my brother. I know you're a record label. If you sign me, I might say, okay, oh yes, so I will do it to try it first. Try and sign me first. I will see if I will do it or not. But
see your face like sign.
But let's take some comments and then we'll hear from Chigospel. Jacinta, I know you're in a hurry to communicate, to say something. Let's just take these comments real quick. Nonotosh says, I'm our favorite Chigospel. Hi, Nono. Repair says, Mercy said they didn't give the artist their copy of the contract until toward the end of the contract. Not sure why, but I think that's part of the issue, she stated. Well, concerning this particular comment, I think every artist should know. You should know that if you are signing, you should have your copy. If they don't give you copy, that is when legal action should start.
Exactly, right there. You don't even wait
until you
don't wait.
And then you now want to come and to review your contract.
Don't wait.
At the end of the day, no. Collect a copy. Review it yourself.
As a matter of fact, that's a red flag.
Huge red flag. It shows that they are hiding something.
Exactly. If you don't want to give me a copy,
hiding them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Trying to hide something from me.
Or something is hiding from you.
Exactly.
But still, you have phones. Take a picture of your contract. Bad as he bad, take a picture of your contract. Even if they don't want to give you. Legally, they are obligated to give you a copy. Whatever you're signing.
Yeah.
Whatever you're signing, you should have a copy.
You see, okay, now, that is why maybe she had no money then, but that is the reason why you need a lawyer. When you are doing a contract, you need a lawyer. If the lawyer is there, the lawyer cannot be that stupid to say, oh, it's okay. Yes, you cannot have your copy. No, the lawyer knows.
Sir, nowadays, ChatGPT is even the best lawyer. Or you just copy your contract, paste it in ChatGPT. ChatGPT will tell you every pros and cons of that contract. It will tell you. It would be your lawyer and tell you everything. I'm not saying you should go and do it too. Don't take my advice as a legal advice. But let's continue with our comment before we hear from Chigospel. Repair furthermore says, Mercy in her right up admits that 50-50 is very fair. And she's not fighting that. She's only fighting, she didn't finish. Now, before Chigospel continue, I guess I can complete what Repair is trying to say. I don't know. But let me tell you the two major problems that they're fighting about right now. They're fighting for royalties and they're fighting for catalogs. Royalties.
Was it in the contract?
That's what they're fighting for.
Okay.
Royalty and catalog. Repair says when she started asking for contract copy and asking other questions, Eezee started to target her and verbally abuse her according to what she said and according to what she sang in My Confidence. Yes. So, Chigospel, our wonderful Chigospel, what do you think about this whole situation? Do you think that Mercy was actually cheated? Do you think Eezee T is being treated wrongly? Do you think all this should have gone the way it went? Let's hear from you.
Okay. So I'll try to make it very short. And I'm going to be coming from a business standpoint. I'm a gospel artist. I'm an independent gospel artist. So all the whole thing they are going through, I'm not really connected with it because I sponsor myself. I'm probably from like donation from well-wishers. Other than that, I would say this. When a business relationship starts from friendship, it is really difficult to know the point at which is friendship and the point at which it's relationship. I've seen a situation. Business standpoint. Sorry. The problem with this contract is that from the beginning, Mercy Chinwo is friends. They are friends with Eezee T. Mercy Chinwo used to be his backup.
Yeah.
And then over time, Eezee T had this vision. He's a business person, although it's gospel. He had this interest in Mercy Chinwo, and he's like, okay. In the beginning, he was actually investing in her without any contract. I hope you guys know that. And then at some point, he's like, oh boy, This girl, let me not go and put all my investment and it
If
will
you
go
blow
like that.
now, I go clear.
Based on Igbo, I don't know if he's Igbo, but he has Igbo sense. So the guy said, let's make this thing official, oh, because the way I'm seeing all this, my investment, I think somebody said he sold some property and all that. This was even
Mhm,
before the contract.
mhm.
So they came into that contract. At that
You
time,
don't know, it's a
Mercy
nice
Chinwo was a little bit naive. I'm not going to lie, because I think all these things started from when she became more exposed. She started talking to people. Of course, people will say, what is the plan? What are you guys doing? Is it controlling? You know, things happen.
And people
But
are blaming her husband too.
yeah, no, that's
allegedly.
expected. You know, when person married, is that the husband and the bad person? But that's Nigerians for you. I just think that there's a lot of emotion involved in this thing. So you will
Mm,
hear, after all I've done for you, from Easy
mm,
T. Or Bessie Chinwo's side, you will hear her own part. If they can just put sentiment aside and just bring all the paper, if it's not documented, it did not happen.
mm,
And from
mm.
why I stand by Easy T is because if you look at his system is not perfect. Oh. Is it perfect? No. And I noticed that over time, he became better. He did some adjustments, some updating. Where the problem came was when he wanted to renew
Okay.
the contract. And with renewal of contract, there has to be some adjustment, there has to be some updating, there has to be a
Correct.
lot of things that would
Amendment.
change. I think at that point, that is where the whole discrepancy comes in. That being said, my Nigerian people, I'm tired.
Mm,
Everything about them, once it's gospel, they say, God will judge. One thing, Judy K is part of this. One thing I noticed with Judy K is and I'll tell you this from my psych standpoint. Anybody that you see that'll say things like, leave it for God. Oh, God will judge is a lie. Bring facts, bring evidence. Once they say leave it for God, you see those people, they will never let it go.
Lie.
Bring evidence, documented evidence. That's what we are
mhm,
going by. We are not going by emotion. We are not going by God will judge you. God will judge. No. Bring documented evidence. The system of the world is different from the system of. If the system of God was in place, there should be no contracts. But because
mm.
the system of the world is what is ruling over these affairs, that's why we should. Even God will say, "My friend, go and bring the paperwork. Let us don't
Even
put it
God gave
inside this
us a
matter."
contract. You know, they say God give us
Yes.
contract.
So I
Check the
think
Ten
I
Commandments.
think this has nothing to do with relationship. Oh God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. Please let us try to take away Holy Spirit and sentiment aside. Documentation is documentation. I've had a situation where producers has reached out to me for so that we can work hand in hand to write a contract so that they can promote me and do music. Me, I think I finish. I say, hey, the way I'm looking at myself, my eyes, maybe in the future, if I have my now, my eyes go the tear. All the money they are making. Actually, they gave me 40, 60.
Of course.
I'm gonna be getting 40. And the person that will be the management will be taking 60. I was even saying it's not bad. I don't go do work. My own Etta Studio say, come out when give you show. I'm not complaining, but I look at it, I say, maybe if I blow, then I'll become that's how the nature of man is, unfortunately. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna take that. Let me struggle and hustle my thing. That
Yeah,
being
because
said,
immediately they get
I
married.
just think that this thing is it T
Mm,
based on the corruption in Nigeria.
mhm.
Is it T? I'm proud of him because he is as transparent as much as he can. Imagine if is our typical political leaders how this is happening. Who go even give you chance to even talk your mind? Like, is that a topic? They will change the whole thing. You don't even know what's going on. But the guy has been transparent. Although there are some things he should have done differently. But
So
I
let
would
me
still say
sorry, Chief Gospel. What are those things he has done that makes you think he's transparent?
number one. He has documented evidence of every single contract, every single written
Even when
contract.
The other
Mercy
part
Chinwo
have
claims, even after Mercy Chinwo claims the contract was manipulated or the contract was amended without her signing.
Mercy Chinwo cannot
At what point? You
cannot
cannot tell
claim
me,
that
you cannot
when
tell
you don't
me
have a
something
copy.
was manipulated when you don't even have a copy. It
Exactly.
is your
so that's transparency.
responsibility to ask for a copy of a
So that's
contract.
transparency.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
for example, you sign a contract at the hospital. And
yeah.
if you don't take a copy of it, it's not their problem. You sign.
As
You might
opposed to
even
give
forget the contract, the way it is even written.
for the most
Okay.
for the
Hold on.
These
most
are like pages, though.
Hold on.
These are
Hold on,
pages.
guys. Hold on.
oh,
Hold on, please. Let's breathe. Let's take a breather. Okay. Let's breathe. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see what is going on here. Everybody is buzzing the other side. You understand? Chigospu said, Eezee T is transparent to her. Jacinta is saying he's not.
that is transparency for me. Because if it's
Sam Soft is saying,
It's transparent.
okay. And
No.
more, I'm saying he's not. Now,
No.
if you in the comment section think Eezee concept is transparent or was transparent with his contract with Mercy Chinwo and Judy K, can I see you write an I in the comment section? If you think Eezee concept was transparent with Mercy Chinwo and Judy K with their contract signing, let's see an I on the comment section so that we can tally up how many people think he's transparent and how many people think he's not. I, it's a N for no. You, if you think it's a yes, just put Y for yes. And for me, I think it's a no. So
No.
N for no, he's not. Jacinta, no. Samsov says it's a yes. Chi Gospel says it's a yes. So let's take some comments before those answers begin to pour in. Okay. Rebel says, okay, we're taking this comment. She furthermore says, she's saying a peace for Baba, for the body of Christ. She's saying a peace for the body of Christ. She doesn't want to deal with the public dragging now. Okay. Victor Moses is in the house. Hi, Victor. How you doing? He says, when I well done, no, Victor.
Thank you, Victor.
I'll send you the link. We need to hear from you. Emeka says,
oh, that's Victor. Okay.
Yeah. Emeka says, I thought Chi Gospel said she was going to make it short. My brother, I tire me. Victor Moses said, this matter na long one. No. Okay. The flagship says, if Mercy signed the amended contract, then she has no case. Well, she did not sign the amended contract. The contract was amended allegedly in 2019. And then at the front page of the contract, they used pen to change it to 17 from 19. I wonder how, but the subsequent pages said it was 2019 instead of 2017. Allegedly, that's what they wrote. We'll read that out for you.
You want to see that contract?
Don't worry. Field Tabit, welcome, says, this is why you do not sign anything commercial without a lawyer present. Yep.
Very good.
Yep. Okay, we have eyes coming in. Ukaha. Chiwendu. Uka.
She said I.
Chiwendu says I.
Yep.
Okay.
She agree.
Nonatosh says
I.
Yeah. Okay. You hey. Okay. Emeka says, I think Eezee sounds transparent.
You see?
At least so far.
Because let me tell you why.
Okay.
Show me in the face. Let me tell you why these
I'm
people.
showing your face.
Because Nigerians know Nigerians.
Okay.
We know when people can. Listen, if Nigeria, the way this guy treat this woman, she was successful, man. He did a great job on her.
No doubt.
And then, even with the money,
don't look at my
even
face.
with the money, she was being paid. Now, if you look at Mercy Chinwo herself, she don't look like person where they collect money. Does she look wretched?
Okay.
I'm telling you, because let me tell you, the way Nigerian man go drain you if they do you something, they won't do you. You don't go see.
Okay. Chigospo wants to say something.
Nigerian man, it's all over the world. It's not just
Sorry,
Nigeria.
Chigospo.
Please, I have a question.
We're talking of Nigerian.
It's just a question I have.
Hold on.
I just
Chigospo.
have a question.
What are you doing? Hold on, Chigospo. Jessica, what did you say?
It's not just Nigerian. It's everywhere. So it shouldn't be pointing just at Nigeria.
Who are we talking about here?
Justice for Nigeria.
Who are we talking about here? Is he in the United
Justice
States?
for Nigeria. Justice.
Wait first. Who are we talking about? Is he in Nigeria? Is he in the United States or Lagos?
Okay, let's.
Everybody.
I have a question. Please, I have a question, and this question is for everybody, including those in the comment section. Now, this is my question. If Eezee T had not worked with Mercy Chinwo, would she have gotten to this point she got to in life? That's all I'm saying.
Thank
I
you.
love
If
that
Nobody
question.
put in that
Thank
fact.
you. Let
I love
Findo
that
talk.
question.
Bring
Nobody
Findo.
I love that
that
question. Okay, I
that.
love that question. So let's keep going with the comment session. Let's keep going with the comment. Victor Moses says transparency is not just being the first to divulge information. That is support. Wait, sorry, let me take that again. Transparency is not just being the first to divulge information that is supposed to be
Confidential in the
in the
first
first
place.
place, especially when the case is already in court. There is more to this
Issue.
Victor. You see why you're my friend. Easily. It's been a long time as well.
You say yes.
Easily, welcome back to the show. He says yes, easy because it is transparent. And America says he is not to, because if he was transparent, he would have given her own copy of the contract. Yes, thank you, my brother. Chiwendu says, yes, he was transparent. Okay. Fatih Filter Beat 49 says, if both parties do not sign copies of the contract, transparency is in question. Okay.
Exactly.
Furthermore says, we don't know what we don't know
That for
we
fact.
don't know that for a fact. Okay. Furthermore, to Chi Gospel's question. Okay, so that's the Chi Gospel's question. Non-author says, no way to Chi Gospel's question. Okay, Mercy Chinwo wouldn't have blown. Phil Tabit says we don't know that for a fact, and I go with we don't know that for a fact because she was not doing great, but
Wouldn't
she
have
was
blown.
For the
She
fact
had
that
a,
she
you know,
did
she, do you
better.
know she went for Nigerian Idol? Is it Nigerian Idol? What did she go for?
Yeah.
She won.
Yes.
Who
She
knew?
won.
Nobody.
Who know I'm after
Wait
that?
now, Victor Moses says nobody knows
I'm
for
gonna leave
certain.
story.
She might have achieved that level of success even higher if she
For
might
dream.
have ended in obscurity. Or she might have ended in obscurity. Nobody really knows. Very true. And America says, Eezee sounds have to see her potential and her weaknesses, knowing what most Nigerians
Allegedly,
do.
they said she started as a secular artist too.
Yes, now, of course. She started secular, came back to church.
Mhm.
On America says using it to cash out. Okay. Then Ray Pearl says, we don't know for a fact if she would or would have not have blown or wouldn't have blown. So let's breathe. We're fighting too much. We're fighting. I know it's all about the buzzwords here, but we're fighting too much. What do I think? Do I think Eezee was transparent? I would say no. He wasn't transparent. He's a businessman. He wasn't transparent 100%. Do I think Mercy Chinwo was transparent? At some point, she stopped being transparent also. Why? Because she felt cheated. But we're gonna take some. Let's watch this real quick, and then we'll go from there because this whole matter don't tire person. Honestly, I have tired with this matter. So we're gonna play a video of a professional here who would explain to us what he noticed from the whole music. Don't forget what I said, right? The fight here is not just because of royalties. It's not all about Mercy Chinwo's money that she has made. It's all about the money she is going to be making moving forward, because Eezee Concepts has her catalog. For those of you that don't know what catalog is like the original masters, the rights of your songs. You understand? I'll let some explain that some more.
Now, catalog is your master, is the originals of your songs, and so it's like the main song itself. Everything is your master, and so you cannot be able to make copy. You cannot be able to sell it on your own. So they are the ones that have the right to actually market it and stream it. So the streaming is actually coming directly through them.
Yeah, and from my experience with record labels that I've spoken to, they will tell you almost every record label will hold the rights to your catalogs, to your masters.
But then you can come later after making a lot and buy it from them.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy it from them.
You give them an offer, and if
they like it, they'll give it to you.
Just like what Burna Boy did,
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that happens. But in this case, Mercy Chinwo wants the catalog songs.
So she should buy it.
So we're going to watch this real quick, and then we'll continue from there. Let's go, technician.
I participated directly in the mediation meeting of May 13, 2024 between Eezee Concepts, Mercy Chinwo, representative Mercy Chinwo, and Judy K.
May, lights come.
A few days prior, I'd been invited by a lawyer friend of mine who wanted me to provide context, industry insights concerning the disputes. And in all honesty, the conversation was around the transfer of master rights. I'm not privy to the prior events, but what I was told was that a certain gentleman had been arrested and they're negotiating the terms of the resolution. And one of the terms that he was kicking against was the transfer of the master rights from the label to the artist based on whatever disagreements they were having. So I attended that meeting at the residence of the Reverend gentleman, and there was also representatives of both artists. There was a lawyer that I found out eventually was Eezee's lawyer, and there was also Hilda Dokubo, in that meeting. And my position as an industry expert was basically simple. The issues can be resolved, they will be resolved through whatever process that all the parties agreed. As far as the master rights was concerned, I shared my thoughts to everybody sitting there that the master rights traditionally reside, with the record label. And I've not heard anything or seen anything in the constant conversation that should compel the label to give up, control of the rights to the artist. However, if the artist insists, if they want, the rights, what they ought to do is to make an offer, do a valuation, exercise, establish the value of the catalog, and offer some kind of payment to the label that would have to consider that and determine whether they want to transfer, whether they want to sell or not. So it's really a matter of saying, okay, I want to buy the rights. How much are you going to sell it to me? That's from what I know, that is basically the standard practice. I reference the fact that at that particular time, Burna Boy and Spaceship, Entertainment were in a conversation that made a bid to buy the rights, the master rights to, this recordings that were put out under Aristocrats,
Okay, so let's pause that for now. So that's that on catalogs. Okay, so Mercy Chinwo allegedly, I don't want to say anything for a fact, wants the rights to her catalogs. Okay, she wants to have those rights because she claims they are intellectual property. Now, when you're looking at record labels and trying to figure out what record labels do for you, record labels do a lot, a whole lot. From the production of the song, some of them will even go as far as getting songwriters that would write the song for you,
Yeah.
And then I don't know if they write song for Mercy Chinwo, but listening to Mercy Chinwo style, it's Mercy Chinwo, allegedly. But clearly, production, making sure the song is out there, publishing, everything, even you. At some point, I heard they were paying Mercy Chinwo's house rent. She and the other guy, they were paying their house rent together. But Judy K also joined in this. Later down the line, Judy K entered. And a lot of people were thinking that, could Mercy Chinwo have been the one pushing Judy K to come into this whole saga? Because initially it was just Mercy Chinwo and she left. And then Judy K joined the matter and also left. But one thing I will give Eezee Concept, Eezee T is a very smart businessman. Very, very smart businessman. Now, another thing is, if you are signing contracts, each party should have copy of those contracts. If you don't give the contract, I'm sorry, it shows there is foul play somewhere. If you don't hand that person a copy of their contract, the person doesn't need to ask you. They don't need to ask you for a copy of their contract. They don't.
Exactly.
That one is saying exactly. Yeah, that one a small picking where they give contract. No, she will not. Let me tell you something. What happened? I can imagine what happened there, because she was excited. One, apart from the fact that she was excited, she, even when you see her, sometimes you see the way she plays. She likes to play. Sometimes maybe she just play too much and forget that, hey, this is real deal. Oh, it's my friend, it's my brother. It's your will to leave it for him to have it himself. I think their relationship were very close, so she just trust him over and leave it like that. So you are not going to blame that man for the
You
fact
don't mix
that
business with pleasure or relationship.
Exactly.
Sex is
so
business.
people are
Religion
doing
is relationship.
You don't have to understand these things. And even the man had to protect himself, because look, can you imagine if he did not do this now? He would be in a big mess. And all those his effort put in will be wasted. Because somebody like this can throw you under the bus.
Yeah, but again, I'm sorry, I still stand by what I'm saying, right? Legally, you're supposed to hand the person a copy of the contract.
Exactly.
By law. A person is signed. That's why even if you go to a restaurant and they are giving you receipts, there are 2 receipts.
Let me ask you: is it every time they give you receipt when you go to somewhere?
Every time.
Sometimes
everywhere
they don't even give you the receipt.
They are supposed to.
So you are supposed to. You are supposed to ask.
No,
for your copy.
No, now.
You have to. It's your right to ask.
It's your right to ask.
It's your right to ask.
Even after you sign the relationship, if you lose the copy, you can ask again. You can ask every single
Even
day.
if you lose your copy, you ask.
They cannot stop. They cannot not give it to you.
If you ask, they are supposed to give it to you. They're supposed to give. See, it is your right to ask for a copy, yes, but it is also your right to get your copy. Whoever you're signing with is supposed to.
Let me tell you. Let me explain exactly what happened here.
Go ahead.
This guy was like, "Oh, let me quickly sign something, because if this woman blow now, they might." So he quickly protect himself. He thought for himself, but she did not think for herself.
So, what did he think for himself? Saying
that someday like this we come. Where be lady be relax. Someday like this we come. That we will be talking about it. Okay. He already saw it. He was quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he did not sign a contract now, hey lady, listen, relax. If he did not sign a contract like this now, everybody is going to throw him under the bus straight up.
So, but do you think again that there was something in that contract that made him not hand it to her?
I am not sure. I'm not sure, because sometimes you can be. Because according to people and the story, they were friends, they were close. Sometimes, when you get close to somebody, you forget, say, business is business, friendship is friendship.
I'm sorry, as long as he brought up that contract to sign, that business brain came into play immediately. Friendship was out the door.
Then she was supposed to have that business brain too to collect a copy.
But she didn't have it. Is that a crime? That is not. Victor,
so is it a crime for him not to give him?
Victor, welcome, Victor. Why you get situated? Jessica, what are you saying? You have the floor now.
Huh?
No time for you to talk.
If you talk. Why
do
you have the habit of talking on top of people? She likes it when people are talking, she talk on top of them.
Daddy, wait.
Before she sue you. Go ahead, Jessica.
She don't get 10 cup away wash because she doesn't know how to sign contract.
Yeah.
Now, I know how to sign contract. You don't play with me when it comes to if I have
your contract, please talk about Mercy Chinwo.
That is a clear example of it. You see, they give her the ball. Look at that.
Now, this is my point. Now, everybody was saying Eezee was transparent and all of that. Now, if with no doubt that he was the one that backs this lady up to the point where she is. In life, someone will be the one to push you where you ought to go to.
Agreed.
But this is one thing that we should always know, that even those that are pushing us to a place that we want to be have something in their mind, because they didn't know that this is the level that you attend. So there is this flesh thing that will always want to trigger them to be human. And he acted on it. Now
he took advantage of her.
Now he took
advantage of. That's what somebody. When you're myopic and naive, that's what you say. You say somebody took advantage of you. Eezee is a business guy. He's a businessman.
Let's not collect.
They're born away to give me. I go give her back with
sister.
Mercy was carried away with a little thing that were coming up.
Jessica, you know the English? Person just talk say we're myopic. You see that they explain.
Myopic.
You see that they explain.
You see, this is the problem I have with us Nigerians. We always make everything religion. It's not flesh. What is it? Is the guy is a business guy. He wants to make his profit. That's what we are saying. Flesh. It's not flesh. It's business. And he needs to make his gain. It's a fact.
He has to make his gain.
You cannot invest in something you don't believe will yield return.
Okay, everybody.
Now, how did Mercy started coming up? Because now Mercy have a man in her life that started on picking some certain things.
It's not part of that is a family business. That is a family.
Jessica,
They have to come to
Jessica,
that
Has nothing
point.
to do with the
Jessica,
contract.
Because
Jessica,
Mercy was a naive girl who,
Jessica, you're on your
whatever
own.
Exactly. You're on
You're
your own
I don't
now.
want anybody calling my own pick again because
it was okay for her. So at the point that she started pointing and picking things, I think she has the right to know.
okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Now, wow.
Oh my God. If somebody comes to meet me today and say, I'm interested in you, I believe in you, I believe in your future, I'll say, my friend, what do you have to gain? Come, let's talk about it. What
Simple.
will you gain? What will I gain? Let me know. Somebody cannot just be interested in you out of the
For
blues.
nothing.
You now say it's the flesh. It's not flesh. The guy see the future. That's why I say we are myopic.
So
We
what's
say,
the
And
best
it
thing that
the flesh. It's not flesh. If I don't have gain any money, I'm not interested. Period.
Okay.
It's not flesh. It's how the
that we are
system
talking
of the
about?
world is built. If
You
you
will
Lady,
decide to create a system that will function under the world, you say we are in the world, but we are not of this world. We are in the world means we are going to give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. We will
yes.
donate. We will invest. So if money is not coming, I'm not interested. So Toba, maybe come, let us go and do this business. Let me invest in your music career. I'll say, okay, what is my gain inside? Because we
then
Mm,
be
all know.
transparent. Be transparent. That is
all
all.
right, thank you. Well, Jessica,
Nobody is
Jessica,
scared.
Jessica, the thing about transparency is this, right? I'm sorry to say this, but I'll just say it, right? In every business dealings, someone will feel cheated.
Exactly.
No one can feel, everybody cannot be the winner all at once. Someone will feel like someone cheated them. You understand? And in this particular case this particular case at hand right now, right? Mercy feels she was cheated based on the contract she signed. But at the end of it all, I wanted Victor to say something now, but Victor likes to walk out about. But I would take, oh, you don't come back. Oh yeah, I'll mute yourself now.
I'm actually here. I'm listening 100%.
Okay.
Sorry,
Everybody, this is Victor Moses, my wonderful friend,
thank you.
a well-renowned gospel artist. He's also a saxophonist.
Okay,
Yeah.
that renowned. I don't know about it, but all glory to God. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing good. I've been listening and I'm really blessed, honestly. I love everybody's perspective. I just wanted to say, I wanted to react quickly to, I don't know who it was I was talking earlier. So, we would all agree that naivety is not an excuse, right? And I'm not on anybody's side concerning this issue of Mercy Chinwo and Eezee. I'm not on any of them. Like, I'm just on the side of getting things resolved and getting things worked out. So I do not think initially we'll agree when she signed that contract in 2017. Definitely she was totally naive. She didn't bring her A game. She just thought,
Yeah.
think of it as business. She thought of it as friendship. I think they were friends. I don't know what kind of relationship they had at the time. Maybe they were friends or whatever it was they had going. But she just thought of him as her brother. That kind, my brother in Christ. Or okay, I learned that she was at some point in time. So they kind of had like a cordial relationship, which was good. But whenever you want to sign a contract, one of the first things you need to do is, if you do not have enough knowledge, always get a lawyer. Even if you think you know, it's still important to get a lawyer because there are so many loopholes that can be taken advantage of.
Oh yeah.
So, for instance, let me give an instance. Maybe you personally, you might not think you become so great in the end. You might just think of yourself as a regular artist. Oh, if I make enough money, it's cool. I don't really want to, whatever. Mercy would probably did not see the future, didn't see how big she's gonna become. That's the way I think of it. And now God has blessed her with all this fame and everything. And someone was asking earlier, she might have become, I think that was Chi Gospel that was asking, I think that's a very thoughtful question. If she would have become this big, if Eezee had no support, she might not have become, and she might have. Nobody really knows because that's something that only God can decide. God can release anybody with anybody, through anybody. But Eezee is definitely a major contributor to her becoming a global success. We can all agree about that. No debate. If she didn't have support from anyone like Eezee, she probably would still be somewhere in one room or something, room or guru or something in Port Harcourt, just singing to our local church members. Because there are still talent enough. We can all agree that talent alone is not enough in this age and time. There are so many everywhere. Like, we're talking of that, my brother, there are talented singers.
Nigeria is loaded. Talent.
So if it's just about talent, it's not enough. You need a platform. You need someone that can support you. So the trying to make in a sense. Let me just make this point, then I'll wrap it up. I think it's important that you get a lawyer before you sign any contract.
Mm-hmm.
What that does for you is you can actually include like some clauses if things start to get out of hand that can make opt out of the contract. For instance, there's something called a what's that? Is it a strawman clause that you can include in a contract? What that will do for you is, if for instance the label team generally does not allow you creative control or whatever kind of all for instance, one of the issues they had at the start was that all the scheduling was done by the label. So Mercy Chinwo, they couldn't reach her directly. It was the label that was handling that, because it was a 360-degree deal. It was not just a record deal, it was also a management deal, right? So they were handling her all round, and that means she doesn't even have creative control over. In fact, what that meant was she cannot even decide what administration she wants to go for. That's what that meant. They were literally and I know that must be frustrating for any artist, especially if you're a gospel artist. There are probably some places you want to go. Maybe they don't even want to pay you enough money, but you like them, or maybe you feel connected to them. You still want to go anyway. But the person, your label boss, might be like, I don't want you to go there for whatever reason. And I'm sure all of those things must have caused resentment in the heart of Mercy. I'm not there. I don't know what has happened. But these are things that is logical. We can all agree that these are things that will definitely happen. I feel like because she did not have a lawyer, because when they signed the contract, apparently, she didn't even get to have her own copy of the contract, that tells me that she's not even well informed at that time. Because how will you sign a contract and you don't even have a copy of the contract? Come on, it just shows.
She was very naive then. She was naive.
Yeah, Victor, do you know? Okay. Victor, do you know about this? Like you were talking about this contract. Let me give you. I'm a clear example of that. I've released so many songs. So a company approached me in the United States. They approached me and they like my songs. And this time, it's not like they want to be record me. They just want to put my songs in movies and films.
Oh, like that's synchronized.
So movies and films. So we had a meeting. The first meeting was just me, himself and his partner. So we bought me food and we ate. We were excited. I'm a Nigerian guy, but he doesn't know that this Nigerian guy is very smart businessman. So it was like talking and all that stuff. I said, "Oh God, great idea." Because I listened to my songs. I said, "Man, you got great catalogs. I would like to have some of them." I said, "Okay, fine. So let me see your contract." So he sent me the contract. When I saw the contract, even me as a novice knew that contract was bad. So, but first I said, okay, let me send it to my lawyer. So I sent it to my lawyer and he looked at it and he screamed. And he said to me, "This is slavery." That's the first thing that came out of his mouth. My lawyer, he was upset. He was swearing. I was like, calm down. He said, "What is wrong? That's a stupid contract. I don't want." He was mad. I said, "Okay, let us adjust the contract. Let us fix it." But for the fact that that guy thought I was stupid, I backed that completely. Completely. I didn't even want them to fix it. But then he started begging me. When I called him back, I said, "Hey, I'm not interested." "Oh, what happened?" I said, "Your contract doesn't meet my standard." He said, "Oh, why? We can adjust it now." Blah, blah, blah. He was running after me for many years. So my lawyer said, "Okay, but we can give him a contract ourselves." I said, "But me, I'm not ready for that yet." So that's why I'm telling you guys, be very careful
when signing contract. And please be very careful with the kind of lawyers you have. If you're gonna have the kind of Bobrisky lawyer now, you won't finish. You won't finish. You will sign it. Victor, what did you say?
Let me react to what you just said now. Very, very important. I think a lot of people, we also need to realize that there are different kind of lawyers. There are lawyers who focus on entertainment. And those are we need in this kind of deal. Don't go and hire like a corporate lawyer because because the music business is actually a very complicated business that requires lots of years of investment. So don't just think that any lawyer will suffice. No, not just any lawyer will cut it. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So if you go and get a regular lawyer on retainer, they would accept. They'll say yes, they don't mind managing you. But the truth is, they don't know the nitty-gritties of the trade. That's what you need to ask yourself. If someone who can represent you properly, someone who can negotiate great deals for you, somebody who understands the trade, In fact, preferably somebody who has been a musician in their life, maybe in their past life, and now
Music don't touch her.
Yeah, just like my lawyer is the guy is no joke.
Okay.
Or even a musician, but maybe he has also worked with a label.
Oh yeah.
That's a better person to sign to have as on retainer as your lawyer, not just someone who studied whatever in law and has not had any experience.
Criminal law.
Usually I like to go from top to bottom with comments, but I'll go from bottom now to top. Repair says, Victor, spot on. She's clapping for you. Now, this is the reason why I went from bottom. Nonotosh says, naive, you say, after signing thousands of contracts on Nigerian Idol. I don't believe she was naive. Okay. So I go ahead.
Okay, sorry. So on that, signing contracts on Nigerian Idol is a different ball game from a record deal, especially with someone who you have a relationship with.
No, what they mean, I think what she means by that is that she understands contracts because she has signed one before.
Yeah.
Why would she make mistake now? That's what she's trying to say.
I understand what Nono is saying, but we cannot then say that because she has signed a previous contract with Nigerian Idol. I don't know whatever kind of contract she has signed with them, but we can't. I'm not trying to make a case for Mercy Chinwo. No, I'm not making a case for her. I'm just saying that obviously, apparently, this kind of issue arising now informs us of the fact that she did not know enough. Never signed, like the fact that she even signed that contract without a lawyer alone. That one alone tells me that she's naive. That's just it. That's
what I know about naivety is it's not a defense. It's not a defense at all.
It's not an excuse.
For the fact that you were naive. Before signing a contract doesn't mean, yes. I get it, Victor. I understand what you're saying. But if you listen to her song, My Confidence is in You, My Confidence is in You, you follow the video. She was telling a story. And if you know music and music artists, you will know that we tell our stories through graphics. Everything you see is what is going on in our head, even from our lyrics to everything. Now, if you follow that story, you would notice that from the competition, someone approached her, and then she signed a contract that says she has right to everything, right? She started, and then later down the line, newspaper published her success story. Mercy Chinwo, or this person getting so amount of.
And do you know that newspapers publishing is also arranged by the label?
It can be.
Yeah, because it's part of promotion.
But let's not lose my train of thought. Let's not lose my train.
Go ahead, bro.
Now, after that publishing, then she now went back to look at the contract, to start demanding for the contract. And then she saw a part of the contract where everything had changed back to say the record label now owns everything that she was supposed to own. So you can see that tells a big story, a full picture of what's going on. But now at the end of the day, what is really going on? Why are they going legal now? Why is it now a legal battle? Do you guys think that Mercy Chinwo and Judy K were right to go the legal way? For Judy K, from a post that she released on her Instagram page, it says she was letting go and letting God, giving the whole thing to God. She Gospel says something about that. But Eezee T, very, very wicked guy. Eezee Concept, very, very bad guy. That guy, Eezee Concept. If you understand the wisdom of that guy, you would see exactly what he does, right? Now I'm trying to get a video for us because, okay, Eezee Concept had a meeting with Judy K and her husband, right? And that meeting was recorded. And in that recording, Eezee Concept was asking Judy K. This was, in fact, let's watch.
Issues of concern on the contract that you felt you should have.
What is that your match?
Or maybe you didn't provide an opportunity. Maybe you didn't have an opportunity to bring it forward, and this can be an opportunity for us to look at it, give clarity, where.
You see this question he's asking now. I just want us to go based on timeline. This question he's asking now, he's asking her, is there anything in your contract that you are not comfortable with, that you think that we needed to change or to amend or to fix for you? Anything at all? This is like giving a blank slate. Write your complaint. Listen.
Necessary. And then generally or holistically, would there be any discrepancies you want to move forward that you want us to address or deal with before we move into financials?
She said none.
Sorry.
That speaks volume.
Can't say none.
Volume.
Eezee concept now says you cannot say none whatsoever. We are not a perfect label. You cannot say none whatsoever. And let's save you the remaining part of it. She went further to say none whatsoever. Her husband said none whatsoever. In fact, her husband said, her husband added and said, thank God it's recorded.
You see that?
Recording.
You see that, MX?
So for everybody that came out to say, oh, you cannot record somebody without their own consent, they knew it was being recorded. Because the husband turned and said, thank God it's all on recording.
Yes.
So there's nowhere Judy K will carry this matter to that the judge will not throw that out, because there's a video.
They ask you.
She saying there is no problem.
Sure.
No problem. That's Judy K.
Can I say something to this, sir?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Now, I wouldn't completely agree that I think she still has a case, even if she wants to pursue a case, and if she thinks there's a reason, and here's why. So the fact that she felt like the contract was fair, and that there was nothing that was not fair about the contract, does not mean that Eezee stuck to his end of the contract. Do you get? I feel that it could be the case that maybe is.
That is if she has a case. What is the case? Depending on what kind of case she's
nobody really knows. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Victor, so, this video recording, there was a timestamp on it.
When was it, sir?
March 2024, towards the end of her contract.
Oh,
okay. You were renewing it.
So please tell me the case again. Because after the execution of your contract, you are coming to now say.
End specifically in 2024. Do you know?
Say that again.
When did her contract end in 2024?
I don't know, my brother. I wasn't there when they signed it.
but I knew it was 2024.
But yeah, it was 2024. But clearly, her contract, she had already fulfilled. She had already done what she was supposed to do in that contract. You understand? So now let's take comments real quick, and then we'll so comments. Filterbit says, if you understand body language, the entire sitting arrangement is a power move with a large imposing desk between them. Well, I do agree with you 100%. In fact, the moment I saw it, I was like, Eezee T. He sat on his official chair with that desk. He did not go and sit in that.
That is the reason why when you are going for a meeting like that, you need your official desk carried with you, which is your lawyer, not your husband. Because let me tell you,
I didn't know women are start seeing husbands as desk.
No.
Now you're talking now. Okay,
no, I'm talking about you guys are describing the desk as an intimidation and oppression, but then you that is coming to sign a contract, you should be prepared. Then you need somebody that is more professional. When a lawyer comes, those desks will not do nothing to them. It doesn't make any difference.
But the desk did not have any effect on
no, the presence of your Oga is kind of a little make you nervous.
Her husband was right there next to her.
The husband did not do
Anyway, let's keep going to the comments. Now you hurry me, now you talk more. Okay. He says, nah, that's not any blank slate. The entire atmosphere seems awkward and tense. Was her lawyer present? Well, did she come with her lawyer? She did not come with her lawyer. Even if, listen, nobody will force you into answering any question, okay? He asked a simple question. Any concern? She said no. So even if her lawyer was not there, it's not Eezee T's fault. Eezee T is a smart businessman. Very, very smart. That guy, I caught cap for him. Smart businessman. Now, Filterbit says, the letting go comment smacks of religious okay, so let's take this from Rappel. Repa is responding to Nono and Chi Gospel. She says, Nono and Chi Gospel, can you categorically say that in 2017 you were as knowledgeable about business and contracts as you are now?
Of course not. Of course not. That's why I say she was naive. She was myopic and naive.
In the law, sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Of course not.
now,
Yeah.
Fetabi says it doesn't follow. There are different kinds of contracts. Every artist needs a IP lawyer. That's yeah. So now my question now is this: people are dragging in Mercy Chinwo's husband and Judy K's husband into the whole thing. Do you think the husbands have anything to do with this? Do you think the husbands, because some people went as far as drawing timeline, especially with Mercy Chinwo that got married. The moment she got married, that was when it was official that she left the label. And then, you know, they were saying that the husband now started a new record label for Mercy Chinwo. Now they are now saying that the husband, you know, is the one pushing Mercy Chinwo. What are you guys' opinion on this?
They're not going to talk now.
Can I go?
Go ahead, Victor.
Okay. So based on that, personally, I would not have recommended that should have made either of them should have made their husbands
Their managers. And here's why.
True.
First off, their husbands are both ministers of the gospel, pastors. I believe they have a very busy portfolio. In my opinion, I don't really know anything about them, but I just feel like they already have a ministry going on for them, which is already a lot. Managing an artist as big as Mercy is no small artist. Small artist. These are not some roadside artists. No, these are major. If you're talking Nigerian gospel industry, if you want to mention top 10 artists, you are definitely not skipping Mercy or Judy K. They are there, right?
She's like number 2 or 3.
Yeah, I agree totally. In fact, that's not debatable. Anybody will agree to that. They are there. They're right there at the top. So I feel like, what experience do any of the husbands have with managing a major artist like that? That's the first question I want to ask. Secondly, are they not exactly busy being pastors? Do you get? That's the second concern I have.
Some of them are the ones that call God.
Thirdly, I feel like there's also going to be family sentiment and attachment.
Yeah.
Especially with, and don't forget, this is business. See, I want to be able to talk to my manager if I feel like my manager is not doing the right thing.
And fire him.
I want to be able to say, quick, I fire you. If I feel like you're not giving me the best, if I feel like you're not doing what you should be doing for me, I don't know if you get, this is business. At the end of the day, see, I understand it's the gospel industry. And whenever we say business, it then makes it seem as though we are watering down the gospel. No. Music has 2 aspects to it. There's the business aspect. We cannot take it out. So long you record a song and put it on digital streaming platform, royalties are coming in. So long money is coming in, once money is involved in a matter, that is business. Simple.
True. And I think I do see a trend, because part of what we do for a living is, you know, noticing patterns and trends.
Yes.
You will see that you left a record label that started through relationship connection, and your manager is now going through the same thing. God forbid anything happens in that whole marriage. Now what happens to, you know, your deal and all that? But let's take this comment real quick. Rachel says, I was very surprised too to see her husband in the meeting. My question was, is her husband her manager, lawyer, or PA?
Good question.
And like actually says, how did Judy K come into all of this? Chiwendu says her contract ended towards the last quarter, I guess. Okay. Fitabit says, unless said husbands have any business acumen or IP experience, they shouldn't be their managers. I do agree with you, sir. If roles were reversed, would their wives be their managers?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, Chiwedu says, Judy K, no be omo. Eezee already knows they were going to be doing family business.
Yeah, because when man don't enter the thing, sometimes the man try to want to dominate. Yeah, like he's the artist. No, bro, you're not the artist.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin to bring this back home. Let's summarize everything we've talked about. So, Anyway, Emeka just sent another comment. He says, Nigerian is sentiment. It's a sentimental country. They act emotionally and not logically. Okay. So with this now, I would ask our wonderful sister Jacinta, the table shaker, to give us a 30-second summary, her word for us for this week. What do you think? How would you wrap this whole thing up, Jacinta?
Okay, for me, I think Mercy and Eezee went too far by dragging themselves out there on the social media, being that there was an established friendship in the beginning. So, like I said earlier, when it comes to money, people lose their focus and they do things that they don't ought to do. But I think doing it and then coming back for the sake of friendship, this would have been resolved amicably, even off the social media, and so that the both parties can come to a basic and a normal understanding on how to resolve this thing. Because the truth of the matter is that you can't go anywhere without someone backing you or pushing you to the stage where you get today. So we are all where we are because people were behind us, people pushed us to that place where we are. So I think when it comes to things like this, we should bring down our pride. One person, like you said earlier, Bible say when you have a problem with one another before you go to church to drop your offering, go back and make peace before you bring your offering. So I felt that they should have resolved it before coming out if they wouldn't put themselves back together. But I think it's gone beyond that. So I think at the end of the day, God will give them the grace to resolve it and then be friends back again for the sake of business.
All right. Thank you very much, Jacinta. Victor, what advice do you have for the people and these people? 30 seconds.
Okay, very quickly. I think they actually tried mediating before this matter came on social media, and for whatever reason, they were not able to reach an amicable settlement. And it's quite unfortunate that it had to get to that point. Personally, what I would suggest at this point is, because they've had several instances trying to mediate and had several persons trying to mediate, pastors and all of that, and it's still not working. I think we need to take it to the corporate level. So what I mean by that is, each person's team, it has to be a team now. At this point, it's no longer an individual thing. I feel like Mercy Chinwo and Eezee cannot see eyeball to eyeball. At this point, it's almost like bringing two enemies. It will be brutal. It will be brutal. So at this point, it has to be Mercy Chinwo's team versus Eezee's team. Let them come and everybody let them debate it. So it will no longer be an Eezee against Mercy Chinwo personal thing, individual thing, beef anymore. It will not be corporate bodies coming to mediate, everybody bringing their offer. Okay, this is what we can agree to. This person bringing their offer. This is what we can agree to. If Mercy really wants to acquire the catalog, like I don't really know about that. But if she really wants it, then she has to offer something, buy it or something, whatever she wants to do, whatever the agreements or whatever offer she wants to make to Eezee, and then they can resolve it. And if there's any discrepancy in the accounts, if there's money that has to be paid, remitted to her, her team can, make claims. Settling it. That's the only way I see forward. Honestly, I feel like at this point, I don't really see them becoming friends anytime soon. It's possible. I'm not saying that it's not, but it's just sometimes, when some bridges are burnt, it's hard to cross. To once you've burnt that bridge, it's hard. Because now there are some things that Eezee has said. I really wish that I don't know if you've seen some of the things he wrote on his page, so-called God artists, and Jesus. It's hard when you've said such things to somebody to now all of a sudden come and now become friends with that person again. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. So honestly, I think now is corporate body versus corporate body. May everybody think, come, when they settle the matter. Simple. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Victor.
Thank you, Victor.
Yeah. So, Chigos, before we hear from you, the flagship says Mercy needs to be very careful. This is the second time her name is coming in the public square for the other village people. Maybe. No comment on that.
Sheep, you don't bring village people.
I know, flagship don't carry village people enter. Chigospel, what advice do you have?
You're muted.
You are muted, though. You are only talking to yourself. The contract we sign, you have to talk to us.
Oh, sorry. This is my 30 seconds speech. I honestly, gospel business is not for the weak. It's not for the feeble-minded. It's not for the myopic. It's not for the naive.
English.
I would always advise people when you go into a contract, there's always an excitement and a thrill that comes with it in the beginning because of all the goodies. Please, let's always think about the long-term effect and analyze it. So if you want to sign a contract, instead of signing 10 years, sign 2 years. So by that time, maybe your brain will be correcting. Then you can be able to say, okay, you are not renewing. So I think that long-term contract was one major problem. And please always seek a professional guide, an advisor, a lawyer in things like this, because that's why they are professionals. And may God help us, may God guide us. And that's all I can just say, because this thing is just too wide. If we start talking about it, we won't end. But unfortunately, it's a blow to the body of Christ, because at the end of the day, they will still say, "Oh, it's always the so-called Christians that are always fighting each other and all that." So hopefully, it's resolved amicably. But catching a Kemezioko, that's all I can say.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chico.
Samson, sir. Right.
Yeah, my own is that first of all, I think they should just settle it out of court. I think if I'm Mr. Chinwo, I will just go to him. Say we were friends and family before all this, so settle it and go back to the contract and say, oh, it's like the contract says 50-50. So the catalog for the old songs, all I need to do is take my settle it with them and say, okay, let's come to an agreement. They're streaming for all the songs. I want 50%, like you said, on your contract, and you have 50%, and I want you to be transparent. I have to be able to see them when they cash out. And then if they can come to agreement with that, they don't need to go to court, So I settle that out of court. And then if that is resolved, and then Mercy Chinwo can just say that is the end of our contract. The old songs, it still remains, I think it's going to be getting paid 50% for life, and then why the new ones that I'm going to start making is just for myself, because right now she already have a name. She don't even need a label right now, so she can just go ahead and do her thing. And she's already successful. So that's my advice for her. Then for the next one, for the upcoming artists, my advice for you is that even me with my experience music business, I still seek advice from my lawyer. Not that I wasn't going to ask him to look at them, but then I called him, sent him the contract to him, and he went through them. So my advice to you is like every contract must be seen by a professional. You can have an eye of looking at it. There are so many things, languages they use, and the contracts are usually very long, and sometimes it's boring to read. So that's why you need a professional to go through them, because I've seen contracts. I've seen so many kind of contracts. So I just go through it. You read it yourself first, then you ask your lawyer to go use the eye of the ego, which is the eye of the lawyer, to go through them. So that's my advice for everyone. Don't say it's my friend, it's my brother, it's my family member. No, please. Just what really going to keep your relationship well is the fact that the two of you come to an agreement and you sign it.
So thank you very much, and I will just continue from where you stopped. The worst person to sign contract with is your family member. Because I'm sorry, like I said earlier on, right? In every business, everyone wants to have the upper hand. And whether you know it or not, it's in there silently. So like everybody have said, get a lawyer. Don't get Bobrisky kind of lawyer.
You are Bobrisky.
Because Bobrisky got lawyer, he went to jail. A big Kubana chief priest got better lawyer, he did not go to jail.
Exactly.
Get Kubana chief priest kind of lawyer. But Christians, before you became a Christian, you were first a human being. Listen, before you became a Christian, you were first a human being. So it is normal, very normal, that you will see things like this happening. It is normal because someone feels cheated. Don't come and begin to say, oh, Eezee Concept did not do this, he did this to Mercy Chinwo, did that, we're not going to invite any of his artists again. Or, oh, Mercy Chinwo did this to Eezee Concept, we'll not invite her again. I know how people are. That's how people are. I've fired so many people because things like that. Especially churches. No, I love you people. But please, and please, let's understand that we're human beings first. We're going to feel cheated. And when we feel cheated, we're going to act the way we're going to act. But please, even in our actions, we should try to be Christians. We should try to embody what God has taught us. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody, for joining in. I see some comments coming in just out of respect for our viewers. Let's take this comment. In summary, the said artist felt she has so much connection now, especially from the husband, to fight her former record label. Make them leave us, Jerry. Then don't they make money? Furthermore says, thank God she now has a record label. I pray she does better because the same Nigerians supporting her will come after her. That's how we are. So next week we're planning. I just heard, though, is it true? You guys should tell me if it's true. I just heard that Two-Face and his wife are finally getting divorced. Is that true?
That's their problem, Sif.
Because we can't hear you. You see?
That's their problem.
Why?
You're not concerned me.
It's true. It just came out today.
Yeah, okay. Technician, please follow that story and let's make sure we get the accurate information.
Is there Kuku Guguram?
He talks about Kuku Gugula. Now Two-Face talk with Kuku Gugula. So don't use Google.
Can I say one thing in just 30
seconds? Victor, you say?
Can I say something in 30 seconds? The idea just dropped on my mind now.
Go ahead.
I've noticed something. Sorry to add this, generally speaking, yeah? I've noticed that Nigerians, I'm also Nigerian, so I'm not shading in Nigeria because I'm Nigerian fully, 100%. We like to be the owners of everything, of our business, of anything we're doing. We do not like to work with other people. We're not great at collaboration. And I think it's not such a great thing. And that's why, if you look at Nigeria, for instance, we do not have lots of companies that have lasted. How many companies do we have in Nigeria that have lasted even 100 years? We don't have it. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe, I don't know, maybe 10. But I'm definitely sure it's less than 20 in the whole of Nigeria. A country of about 200 million people.
And not be the get up.
We don't like collaborate. We feel like, for instance, Nigerians, they don't mind. You see, everybody from Nigeria is CEO. Sorry, can I speak a little bit pidgin?
Of course.
Everybody, CEO, MD. Even though you're the CEO, you be CEO. Now, one small shop you get for back of an house, wait there for one village. You
never get the shop safe. Hand delivery.
So the point is, it's better to be a part of something big than to try to be the boss of something that is nothing.
My brother, we don't trust ourselves. We don't. Because if I'm going to come and do business with you, you're going to give me contract that will cheat me. So
this is where it comes down to. I tell people, personally, I do not believe there's any contract that is bad. There's no bad contract. It's just don't sign.
It depends on how you look at it.
Exactly. Everything is relative. A 50-50 deal is a bad contract for somebody else. It's a great contract for somebody else. So there's really no bad contracts. It's just a matter of what are you looking for? What are your goals? What do you want to actualize in your field or your? That's just it. There are really no bad contracts. See, I know people who are signed to 30-70 contracts, and they are totally. Most of these
not making any noise.
American artists, really see which kind of contract they sign. A lot of them are on 60-40, some of them 30-70.
Wait, secular musicians from Nigeria.
In America, 60-40. And because don't forget that from that contract they have to pay instrumentalist, songwriter. They have to pay.
Even your clothes. When you buy your clothes, when you wear.
Because you know that in places like the US, Germany, like. In advanced countries like this, everybody has to be paid. Unlike Nigeria, you can just treat people.
Even if it's just xylophone or kokoma, you get something.
You get exactly. You're right.
There's a bigger picture to this,
and that is how if we learn to build an ecosystem, that's how Nigeria can really work. The way the country is structured currently, We are thinking entrepreneurship. Everybody's an entrepreneur. If you ask any average Nigerian now,
I don't understand, Victor.
that thing is annoying.
We need to sign a contract.
You need to sign a contract, and when you pass 30 seconds,
we'll sue you.
Yeah, I don't keep quiet.
But Victor, definitely, we're gonna come up with a
It
topic.
was good
where
to
we're
see you,
gonna talk
Victor.
about,
Happy New Year, Victor.
About that particular aspect of the topic. People, how Africans do not collaborate with our fellow Africans, outside. But people, next week, the topic we're going to be talking about next week. I don't know if you have any family member abroad, especially in the United States. If you do, I don't know if you have your aeroplane or private jet waiting. You're waiting at the airport, waiting for them. Yeah. So
see, bro, see face, smile.
They smile well. So, am I getting deported? Understanding Trump's new immigration laws. We're going to be talking about this next week.
Bros, they smile.
We're going to bring a professional in the house who would explain all of this to us. So let's get our popcorn and everything ready, and then after our research, we'll have to do some small apropos on Two-Face and his wife.
Now with the American, I'm this matter concern. Some sort of
Victor, you say?
I said now with the American, now this matter concern.
You don't know you get friends for you.
You don't get family. All those money where they send you.
Of course. Come on.
You don't see person next to me here.
All those money where they send you.
Honestly, of course, I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned. I know that it has a ripple effect. If it go affect Nigeria economy safe. I hope that things get settled.
But guess what? Money back home now.
Now next we'll go talk. All those the Nigerian people, they are happy.
Say, all the village people.
Let's come and do it together here.
You see, just
no worry. They're not gonna give you visa. Which you made the run your mouth there.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. Thank you very, 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 very much
for
being on the show today. Samsof, now you they hurry me. Now you see what's up. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Please don't forget to like and keep sharing. God bless you.
Like, share.
May God never give you a contract that will not benefit you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And like, if you get a contract that will not benefit you, do an amendment to it. God bless you. It's your boy, Max. I want to introduce a show to you. It's called Chatroom with Max.